Hey guys, watching this post here. Found a quick article I wanted to read to you guys. I thought it was pretty interesting. You know, a lot of people believe that Russia is Gog and Magog in Ezekiel 38. And I believe that Russia does have a part to play in Ezekiel 38. I personally believe that Turkey is Magog. But I know there's lots of people that believe that. A lot of major scholars teach that Russia is Gog and Magog. And like I said, I feel that they are a part of Ezekiel 38, and they're showing lots of activity in the Middle East right now. So check this this article out. If you're in that camp, you might find this pretty interesting, and maybe you'll share this information for yourself. All right, here it is from Middle East Monitor. It's a real quick article. Russian fleets control ports of Lebanon. There's Dmitry there from Russia. It says Russian media sources revealed that on Tuesday, Russian Prime Minister Dmitry Medvedev instructed the Russian Defense Ministry to begin talks with its Lebanese counterpart to sign a military cooperation agreement between Russia and Lebanon. The draft agreement to be signed between the parties included the opening of Lebanese ports in the front of Russian military vessels and fleets, in addition to making Lebanese airports a transition station for Russian aircrafts and fighters, and the dispatch of Russian military experts to train and to strengthen the capabilities of members of the Lebanese army, according to the Russian agency Sputnik. The draft agreement provides the exchange of information on defense issues and the promotion of mutual trust to combat common terrorism, as well as the development of relations in the field of joint military training in various areas related to military service, medicine, engineering, geography, and others. The agreement also included the participation in maritime search and rescue activities, combating terrorism and piracy. Russia will also grant Lebanese military delegations the right to attend all Russian military exercises, meetings, and conferences that are held to be held on military and defense matters. So that's a real short article, but generally what they're saying is they're trying to make a deal so that they can get some ports in Lebanon. They're willing to give them, from my judgment of what they're saying there, Russia will come to their aid and defend them militarily, and be allies and in wartime and stuff like that. But they want these ports open up so they can have access to the sea. And I've heard many scholars say before that Russia doesn't have a lot of access to the ocean, and one of the big things that they worry about during World War III is being able to get their ships and submarines out to sea with quick access, because they don't have many access points, many ports to the ocean. So I found also they've been working with Assad for a while, and really they don't have a great interest in protecting Assad. It's always, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. I'll help you out. What am I going to get out of it? And they've helped Assad out for a while now, and what they've got in return with Assad was they've got two port accesses to the ocean there, to the Mediterranean Ocean, and it says Latakia and Tartarus are two access ports that they've got. So they're willing to help him out, do whatever, so that they can fly down, land, and use this as a military access point in wartime. So they've done whatever they could to keep Assad around and help him out, as long as they could keep these ports. And they've supported him, and gave him air support in his military campaign, and it's helped him out greatly. So now they're trying to make deals with Lebanon, and they want ports here too. So if you're one of these people that believe solely that Russia is Gog and Magog, then you should find this very interesting that not only do they already have, two ports here, they're all in Syria. They've made deals to do buffer zones. They're all near Israel. But if you've kept up with any Middle East news lately, Lebanon and Israel are having a war of words right now. Israel's trying to put up a wall, and they don't really, as far as my knowledge is concerned, they don't really have a wall. They've got walls all in Israel. They've got walls along the borders with everybody else, but they don't have a lot of walls with Lebanon. They're trying to put up a wall, and Lebanon's saying, that's war if you put up a wall. Wow. And not only that, but there's platforms out on the ocean for gas, oil and natural gas, and Lebanon's claiming that that's theirs. So they're having lots of conflict with Lebanon, and Lebanon's full of Hezbollah forces. I think I did a quick study, and you can look it up and see for yourself. But it's almost like half of the government in Lebanon is Iranian influenced Hezbollah. Crazy style government they have. So Hezbollah is way completely filled Lebanon up and infiltrated that area, and they're all in Syria now. And now Russia's coming in, and they won't access ports, and they want in on it too. So I got one more picture here. Here's another picture to show you the ports in Syria that they've had for a while. This is nothing new. It might be new to you for something you didn't know about. And this is something I'm just looking into. It's nothing I've looked into closely before. But again, they're showing that there's a port in Latakia and a port in Tartarus that the Russians are using, as a trade-off. We'll help you out as long as you give us port access. And now this news today is saying they want to scratch Lebanon's back and get some ports over there too. So, like I said, a lot of scholars teach that Gog and Magog is Russia. I personally believe that Magog is Turkey, but I do believe that Russia is obviously having a big role in that. I can't deny that, and I think they do play a part in this Ezekiel 38. And there's many people named in Ezekiel 38. Persia right there, that's Iran. And it goes into these other areas that people argue about where these areas are. They're sons of Japheth, and they all inhabited northern area, and most people accredit that they inhabited Turkey. But it also says up here, many people with thee. So you got to remember, this is God Almighty giving us word, and He's naming off many places specifically. But here's a point where this our all-knowing God, He knows everything, is giving us a general description there. He's naming everybody by name specifically, and then all of a sudden He says, "And many people with thee." So there's potentially people in there that we're not so certain on. It could be that one of these places, like I said, I'm not an expert. I'm a casual student sharing what I find. But it could be one of these Gomers and Tomaras represent Russia. But mostly, Turkey is definitely emphasized. Even in Revelation, the seat of Satan is in Pergamos, and that's in Turkey. Those 7 churches. Let's see if I can pull it up real fast. The 7 churches in Revelation that God names off, and each one of those is in Turkey. Every single one of those. So not only just in Ezekiel 38, but in Revelations. It's showing. There it is. These are the churches, the 7 churches in Revelation, and they're all in Turkey. You know, I think that's an older name for Turkey, but it's showing Turkey. You know, the Isle of Patmos is where John was sent, and he wrote Revelations, and it's right off the coast of Turkey. Philadelphia, Laodicea, all these places, and Pergamum, which is Pergamos, is supposedly, in Revelation, it says that's the seat of Satan, is in Turkey. So I'm just showing you why Turkey is definitely relevant, but also I believe Russia will have a lot of factor in this coming war. Also, they're definitely out there. I've seen guys cover, and it shows that that they're down at the border now with Israel already. They're down there in a buffer zone set up over there, and they're flying through and bombing all through Syria and helping those guys out on a daily basis. Revelation talks about the Euphrates. This here's the Euphrates, and they've recently had, if you've kept up with it, there's a place along here, and I might make another video called Devour. And the Russians were out there, and we flew in, Americans flew in and bombed the place, and just within the last couple of days, and killed several Russians. You know, Revelation says that that there's 4 angels that will be released from the great Euphrates, and like a 200 million man army is going to come from out of there. You know, is that saying World War III with the Russians? You know, they don't have a 200 million man army today, but, you know, if they started doing a draft and China comes in and all these other guys come in, could he be, you know, suggesting to us that the start of World War III happens somewhere on the Euphrates? I'm not sure, but I know that happened yesterday. So I watch anything to do with the great river Euphrates, is how it's said in the Bible. But lots of stuff going on. I hope you're encouraged by these prophetic things. I love watching the Middle East, and the Bible has lots of scriptures covering the Middle East. This is very interesting. Like I said, the Russians have come in, set up these 2 ports, and now they make agreements with Lebanon, and Lebanon's having trouble with Israel. So if you're in the belief that Russia's Gog and Magog, man, that's something to get excited about there. It's very, very interesting. Like I said, Lebanon's been having a war of words with Israel lately. Very, very interesting stuff. Very interesting times. God bless you all. Thanks for all your support. I hope this information encourages you, and you find, you know, one of these prophetic, events to be interested in and follow, and be encouraged that Jesus is on his way. I love all this stuff. I watch after all this stuff, and it keeps me encouraged. And my hope is to encourage you too. God bless you, and thank you for all your support. In Jesus' holy name, amen.